more weather from Luke in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people would assume that you would visit a chiropractor when something's wrong, or maybe some people have no idea why you'd visit one at all.
Exactly, but I can tell you exactly what they're for. Well, I could, but I'll let Ben Matthew DC tell you all the details.
Tom, welcome to Cardiff Bay Chiropractic, first of all, and I'm glad you know nothing, because this is a great opportunity for me to explain what chiropractic really is about. People for years have been thinking about chiropractic as associated with neck and back pain, but it's actually about the nerve system. The spine itself is is designed to protect the spinal cord, and we have a skull which protects the brain. And this is a real skull, Tom. So you can see that there are different compartments within the brain here, and if the nerve system isn't working properly, then the brain can become a little bit confused and start compensating inappropriately, and that can lead to all sorts of symptomatic expression. So what we do at Cardiff Bay Chiropractic is identify where interference may be occurring within the nerve system. The spine itself has 24 segments, it has discs in between, and those joints can become misaligned, what we call a subluxation. And a subluxation is less than a dislocation, and that can be a misalignment of two bones, the bone above and the bone below, or both, and that can then lead to interference within nerve system function. Now, what interference really means is that the mental impulses that the brain creates through our innate intelligence, that inner wisdom that defines us as a living person, if the impulses can't pass through properly, then tissues, cells, organ systems can then adapt inappropriately, which can lead to symptoms. And now, my job as a chiropractor is not to treat any condition. That's very important that the folks at home understand that. My job is purely to remove interference so the body can better adapt to the world in which we live. People are becoming more acutely aware of poor health nowadays. There are all these big words that we get exposed to: multiple sclerosis, dementia, cancer, diabetes, all this stuff. It's all fear. We're now living to think that we're going to get these things. And if we actually live properly, the way that we're designed, congruently with the world in which we live, we eat right, we think right, we move right, we surround ourselves in love, then we will live in a much happier world and have a much better potential for living our full potential, which is 120 years. My little boy, Harry, was born 11 weeks prem, and he weighed 2.5 pounds. And his first chiropractic adjustment was on a life support machine. And I identified that there was a misalignment of the first cervical segment, and when I adjusted him, the oxygen levels and the heart function improved immediately. And I checked my son for subluxation every day for 10 weeks in the hospital, and the staff at the hospital were brilliant, but I checked him and checked him and checked him, and Harry's expression of life, he just carried on. There are loads of kids in there who are real sick, and I would like to say that medicine has its role. It does a superb job of saving lives. But the optimization of and health expression of my son was enabled by the removal of the interference in his nerve system. And Harry continues to be an inspiration to me, as my daughter Mabel, who they look at me every day. So every time I adjust somebody at my clinic, I look at my kids first to make sure that I do my best for the patient.
And stay tuned to The Crunch. Later in the show, we'll be showing you my first correction. It's honestly, it's just wait and see. It's unbelievable. Honestly, unbelievable.
It's cracking, is it, Tom?
It's cracking indeed, Sean. That's what it is.
It blew your mind, didn't it? I mean, you came back and you were a bit like, whoa.
You will literally see it if you stay tuned to The Crunch. Please stay tuned and watch it. You just won't believe it.
If you really know what a chiropractor is or what they do.
Well, in fairness, I didn't expect to be as shocked as I was. And here you can see my first correction when I went to visit Benny Matthews at Cardiff Bay Chiropractic.
We're going to scan your spine and nervous system using the subluxation station, which basically will identify where those nerve interferences we were talking about earlier are residing in your body.
Okay.
And we're going to be checking your autonomic nervous system function, your body's ability to heal and self-regulate. We're going to be looking at your postural function, and we're also going to be looking at your ability to deal with stress.
I'm just going to do a little examination to make sure that all your neurology is basically tickety-boo and there's nothing funny going on.
Okay, so we're going to start by doing a thermoscan of your spine. So the next part we're going to do is we're going to check the muscle activity.
Okay, Tom, so we've done the neurological assessment with the Subluxation Insight Centre. What I want to do is just have a lie on your tummy for me. I'm just going to just check a few things on your spine now, okay? So just take your time getting on. That's lovely. All right, Tom, so we've done a neurological assessment to see how well your nerve system's functioning. There's some areas which aren't functioning so well, and we've also done a physical examination, and some of the finds on the physical examination have warranted us that we're going to take an x-ray of your spine now. Well, before we do that, we must sign a consent so that you've consented to your x-ray, okay?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the technology we use is used by NASA, okay, and we've come up with a core score. So this core score is the neurological value of your current health status. And if you see this little blue arrow here, okay, your nerve system is in this transitional zone. It's operating okay, but that green, that ultimate box at the top is where we need things to be. Do you see that that black line is a bit different from...
Yeah, ever so slightly different, yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure happening up here, and in fact the pattern, the actual score out of 100 is actually quite low, and there's a lot of irritation happening right down into the base of your neck. And once we've taken the x-rays, we could actually see that there was some inappropriate alignment of the vertebra in the neck. All right. So we've got ears forward of shoulder, okay, and pelvis is forward of back. And what we're going to try and achieve today is to get that alignment a bit better for you. All right? Okay. Excited? Yeah, still see that that's still tender, right?
Yeah.
Just going to nice and relaxed. You might get a little pop of it.
Okay.
It's different, right?
Yeah. That's really weird. The way you put the pressure on the back of my leg there, it was painful. You did it on the other side, there was no pain. Clicked my neck, it was a bit scary, because it was like, it's gone.
Yeah.
Completely gone. You did the same thing again, they feel exactly the...
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
The part that I've just adjusted is right on your brainstem. There's 80 million nerve fibers in that area, right? And you'll have this sort of like warmth, you'll feel kind of like spaced out,
Yeah.
Looks drunk.
Judge for yourself, folks. Just so that you know that that's a greatly abbreviated version of what happened. There's a lot more information available if you do go. But yeah, judge for yourselves. Judge for yourselves.
Wow, looks